Hey folks, Alan Saunders here with Pittsburgh Sports Live at the Petersen Events Center, where Pitt just lost a 79-64 decision to the number 2 Duke Blue Devils. It was a game in which the Panthers hung tough early on. They took a lead in the game with about 13 minutes left in the first half before the talent of the Blue Devils, especially the three freshmen, Cam Reddish, R.J. Barrett, and especially Zion Williamson, the big 285-pound, 6'7" forward that jumps like a gazelle. He was everywhere for the Blue Devils, scoring 25 points, 7 assists, 7 rebounds. And after the game, Pitt head coach Jeff Capel simply said the Panthers didn't have an answer for him anywhere in their lineup.
You know, Zion's, I mean, I don't know if I've seen anything like it. You know, in my time of coaching, I mean, I looked up at one point in the first half, and he had 17. And my assistant told me he hadn't missed a shot, and it reminded me my first year at Oklahoma. First time we played Texas, I looked up at the thing to see the score, and I looked up. It was 10 minutes to go in the first half, and Durant had 20. And I turned to my staff, and I was like, you know, there's nothing we can do about this. And that's a little bit the same way with Zion. Like there's especially us, like we don't have the size now. If, you know, you have more size and a little bit older and maybe a different type of athlete, then maybe, but no one has done it yet. I mean, the only probably would be averaging more if he didn't get the concussion against, or whatever it was, the eye scrape against Florida State. So he's very unique, very, very unique.
Without starting point guard Trey Jones, who missed the game with a shoulder injury, the Blue Devils played a lot of zone, something that has given the Panthers trouble time and time again this season. It happened against North Carolina here earlier this year. It happened on Saturday at Syracuse. Now, Jeff Capel says that the zone isn't some kind of kryptonite. It's not what's killing the Panthers. That this is just a very talented Syracuse team, and the length continues to be an issue for the undersized Pitt front court, particularly after forward Terrell Brown left the game early in the first half with 2 fouls. Pitt really had trouble on both sides of the floor, in the paint, on the glass, and dealing with the height of Duke's forwards.
It's hard for us. You know, we can't simulate 6'7", 6'7", 6'7", 6'8", and 6'11" in practice, and that's what that zone was. For a good part, Syracuse wasn't as big, but it's pretty big. And I don't think it was just that. I mean, look, they're better than us. I mean, they're more talented than us. And so I think that's what it was. I don't think it was just the zone. I think it was their talent and how good they are that won. So I don't, you know, think it's like we are, like zone is kryptonite for us. You know, it's, you know, if we rebound the ball better, we're able to beat the zone down the court. Instead, we gave up 16 offensive rebounds. So that's a way we can beat the zone better. We have to do a better job there. If we don't turn the ball over as much, you know, then we can, you know, maybe attack the zone a little bit better. And so I don't think it was just that, although I do know that did play a big factor in breaking our rhythm offensively.
And then we just stayed zone, you know. They had those small lineups out there. They would have just picked us apart, I think, and got us into foul trouble. And with Trey out, we're a different team. So I thought the zone was good. The best thing for us, it kept McGowan's and Johnson off the free throw line. And,
if there's a silver lining for Pitt on the floor, it's that Jared Wilson-Frame seems to have found his game again. It's the second consecutive game in double figures. He scored 12 points and hit 2 of 4 from three-point range. Trey McGowan's also had a pretty good game, 14 points on 7 of 14, although he was 0 for 4 from three-point range, and really everyone outside of Wilson-Frame really struggled shooting from long range for the Panthers, something that has been an issue time and time again throughout the season, is one of the problems that Pitt has with that zone defense. But really the biggest positive takeaway from the Panthers had to be the crowd. The Oakland Zoo was rocking, 7th largest crowd in Petersen Events Center history here tonight, and while the loss shows how far the Pitt program still has to go, the atmosphere shows what it's capable of, even at this stage in its rebuild.
Oh man, I mean, loved them even last year. people who did come out, because, you know, last year was a hard season for everybody that was involved, especially people that were there watching, hoping we would win. So, I mean, you know, love them, really appreciate them every single night. You know, we need that as a team, and it helps us get energy. So.
Pitt's next game is Saturday at number 23 Louisville. Pittsburgh Sports Now will be there with full coverage. Until then, thanks for watching. I'm Alan Saunders, Pittsburgh Sports Live.